All right, like many of you, I watched the Canelo and Crawford fight, and in the first round, Max was talking about fight IQ and processing speed. So in this video, I want to go over what is fight IQ, what is processing speed, and how do you improve it. Here was the clip I was talking about.
As is often the case on this level, you're dealing with two of the highest boxing IQs in the game, very fast processors.
Okay, before I get into boxing and fight IQ, I need to do a real quick psychology 101. So watch this gray dot and you're going to see it change color. Check this out.
Optical illusion is called simultaneous brightness contrast.
Now it's
the
dark.
dot
What happened?
appears to become brighter as I move it up and darker as I move it down.
Are you seeing that dot change color with your own eyes? If you look at this, you're going to say one is long and one is square. But these are the exact same size. If you printed this image out and you cut it up and you put them on top of each other, they're going to be the same. So real quick, you have sensation. This is stuff going into your eyeball, but then you have something different. You have perception. Your brain is trying to interpret what it's seeing. And what I wanted to show you from the dot is that sometimes your brain gets it wrong because your brain is trying to survive. It wants the dot to stand out from the background because what if the dot was a snake and it was camouflaged? Blah, blah, blah. What I'm trying to say is what you see is not always reality. So eye feeds you raw data, brain tells you what you see. Here's the catch. Things that influence your perception in a boxing ring are your expectations. You've been practicing this move. You expect a guy to move this way. Boom. Then they don't move that way. That's when you get juked. Or that's when something happens unexpected. You're not ready for that. So we need to train for something. We need to expect the unexpected. We need to train for situations that are out of the ordinary. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm almost done with the brain part and I'm almost on to the boxing. I got one last clip though. You need to understand your brain, it's a prediction machine. It's not a processing machine, it's a prediction machine.
That's because some neuroscientists would say that it's not your brain's job to perceive the world accurately. Rather, its job is to predict what happens next. To a certain extent, you see what you expect to see, a predicted path of motion. And this is what helps us hit a home run or flinch from a punch at just the right moment.
Okay, you predict things, but guess what? You're not always right. And that brings us back to fight IQ. When you're in the boxing ring, you're constantly making decisions. Are you going to attack? Are you going to defend? So on and so forth. And so your opponent moves in every little move. Okay, they dip their shoulder. What does that mean? Does that mean he's getting ready to throw a jab? Does that mean he's getting ready to back up? You're trying to predict what your opponent is doing. So your fight IQ, I'm going to go to the next slide real quick. Your fight IQ is so important. What are you going to do? Are you going to attack so that your opponent dips that shoulder? What does that mean? Does that mean you should attack? Does that mean you should defend? Okay, let's pretend it's an attack. Okay, should you go to the body? Should you go to the head? Okay, well, let's decide we're going to go for the head shot. We want to knock him out, right? Are you going to go for the jab or the cross or the hook or the uppercut, all while moving your feet either forward or backwards? This is what you're constantly doing. So when it comes to fight IQ and processing speed, your processing speed is not only how fast can you take information in, but then what does your brain do with that information? Does it kick out reality? Does it kick out something awesome? Or does it make a mistake? Because every once in a while you will see boxers think that something's coming and they get juked or they get tricked and then they end up asleep on the mat. So that is your fight IQ and your processing speed. Now, how do you train it? Okay, you need three things. You need something that's unpredictable. So sparring works, of course, but if you can't spar, here's this Jukestir punching bag, and I'll go into it in another video why this actually raises your strike accuracy, but that's okay. You need lots of decisions. Okay, you need to be able to go to the head, to the body. You need to be able to throw different types of punches, whether it's a jab or a cross, moving your feet, so on and so forth. And here's the key, the last one. You need to miss. If it's so easy that you can hit it every time, Or even if you know what you're doing every time, you're not thinking. When you miss is actually when you improve. Because the more you miss, the more you're telling your brain, I want a premium on incoming data. Quit predicting what's going to happen. Show me what's happening. I want more neurons. I want more connections. I want more synapses. Connect me up so that my eyes can talk to my brain faster. And that's what that kind of bag is doing. So thanks for hanging into this video. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.